We gotta lock in for the story time, all right, chat? All right. So this is a story that I promised a while back. This is the story of my first date with a girl and how her cat died mid-first date. Spoiler, it is very sad. Also, it's a little NSFW. So like the real spoiler is that it's sad. So like if that's gonna be if that's gonna be a problem with you, please leave or whatever, you know? This is like last year sometime. I was kind of on Tinder. So I was kind of looking for a rebound. Match with this girl. And listen, I will never outright say or like act like I want a rebound unless that's the vibe that I'm getting. You know, me and this girl are talking, we're vibing. I'm like, we should go out and like grab a drink, or like, it was summertime. So I was like, one of my go-tos is like, let's get ice cream and walk around a lake. So I tell this girl this and she's like, by the way, I don't like to drive on the highway. So can you just drive to my place and we'll just like hang out? And so I was like, all right, I know what the fuck that means, all right? Like, I've been a slut long enough where I know exactly what that means. So I was like, sure, yeah, no, I don't mind. And like, that way you don't have to drive on the highway. Cool, win-win. I get a rebound from this little confidence boost after this thing, long-term thing just ended, you know, and she initiated it. So I was like, cool, nobody's uncomfortable. Let's do this thing. So she's like, this will be the most convenient if you come Sunday. And I was like, okay, I can definitely come Sunday, like with what I do. So Sunday rolls around at around like 3 p.m. I go to Trader Joe's, get some snacks, a bottle of wine, and I go to her place, right? And the whole time that we're talking, chat, she's talking about her 2 cats, all right? The first cat is named Stink. This is very important to remember Stink's name. Unfortunately, y'all, this is the cat, right? Stink is like 2 years old. She was a COVID cat. This girl kind of prefaced it like, this cat is not really gonna like you because she only likes me and she really hates men. And I took that as a challenge. I was like, bet, me and Stink, we're gonna be besties. But like, I know how cats work. Like, I know how to play hard to get, you know, with cats. So like, I was like, all right, I'm prepared. She had another cat, and guys, I'm not gonna fucking lie to you. I am blanking on that cat's name. That cat's not really important to the story, unfortunately. It's the other cat. So I walk in, and it's immediately a little bit awkward because she's probably a little bit more of like an introvert. But I was like, all right, like, you know, your boy's good at just like, you know, like I'm good at carrying a conversation and like building it to a level where if someone's a little bit more uncomfortable, I know how to make them feel comfortable. So like first 15 minutes, you know, she meets me downstairs to let me into her apartment. It's a little awkward. We get in. I meet her cats. Her cat Stink fucking hates me. Her other cat loves me. So like, I kind of let Stink come to me. You know what I'm saying? They're eating. You know, I'm flirting with her. I'm saying my shit. She's like getting more comfy. We're eating snacks. We crack open the wine. This is where the NSFW comes in and where your boy's a little slutty. She's like, hey, yo, like, let's go to my room. And I was like, yes. So we go to her room, and first she had her door open. So we're doing adult things, you know, we're getting a little adult with it. And while we're getting adult with it, Stink gets the zoomies. This cat is fucking like running around the room, and not like quietly. Like if you've ever seen a cat with zoomies, multiply that by like 3, and that was this cat Stink. It was fucking like running into walls, jumping up on the bed while we're, you know, doing adult things. And we were like, at a certain point, this girl was like, all right, Stink, you're fucking out, bro. You're gone. Nada. So she grabs Stink and she puts Stink outside of the room, closes the door, right? I don't know how to say this without y'all. I know what chat's gonna say. I'm just trying to give you a timeline, but y'all are gonna fucking be like, oh, Sarby's bragging. Da, 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 da. Fuck you guys. Not really. I love you guys. We're in there for probably like 3 hours, okay? Not the whole time doing adult things, but you know, I got there at like 3:30. We awkwardly, like, not awkwardly, like awkward. Okay, we awkwardly talked for like 30 minutes, comfortably talked for like an hour. We were in her room by like 5, and then we were in her room all the way until 8:30. And I know this because we reached a stopping point, and she looks at her phone. She's like, oh fuck, I need to feed my cats. And I was like, oh, she's like, I was supposed to feed them 30 minutes ago. So I was like, oh, okay, let's go feed your cats. So we go out into her kitchen. Okay, we go out in her kitchen. She's prepping the food. Keep in mind, when I had gotten there and she was prepping the food, this cat was all over, like so fucking annoying, trying to like eat the food while she's prepping it, having to kick the cat off the counter. The cat jumps on the counter, all that jazz. This cat is nowhere to be seen. It's just the other one, and he's old, so he just sits there and like whines. But the other cat was like, you can clearly tell it's not there because it's not there type beat. You know, like it makes itself known when feeding time comes. So this girl is like making the food and she's like, usually Stink is harassing me. Where is this cat? Like, why isn't this cat coming? And so now she's like, okay, like the food is done. Let's go look for this cat. So I shit you guys not, like first 6 hours of me meeting this girl, for like a solid hour and a half, I am going through every crack and crevice of her apartment to try to find this cat. Like we're flipping couches over and looking to see if there's holes underneath. We're opening up like one of the areas with like the boiler in it, and like she goes in the roommate's room to look. Like we look everywhere. This cat is nowhere to be seen. Okay. We're coming up with crazy fucking like ideas because like this girl wasn't fresh out of a long relationship, but she was like serious long-term relationship where they lived together in this apartment. So like she's thinking, and like I'm kind of like help, you know, because I'm like this cats just don't spontaneously combust. Cats don't just disappear. And if it was like stuck somewhere, we would know because it would be meowing the fuck up. That doesn't make any sense. You get what I mean? So we're coming up with all these like, oh, did her crazy ex from 2 to 3 months ago decide to like walk in the apartment because maybe he like copied her key, heard us making some adult noises, and stole her cat to get back at her? Like we're coming up with crazy shit, chat, because there's like no logical explanation. And guys, when I tell you we like tore apart this apartment, like we looked everywhere. There was nowhere where I could confidently be like, we didn't look there hard enough, at least to what we knew existed. Okay. So honestly, like no hate to this girl, no hate to this girl at all. Number one, the weirdest thing I thought, and I didn't do anything, chat. All right. I don't want to see any comments or anything like that. I didn't do anything. I was surprised she was not more suspicious that like, oh, I let this man into my apartment and then my cat disappears. I did nothing, but on top of that, she's also like not that concerned. She's like, oh yeah, the cat will just turn up. Girl, we ransacked your apartment. This cat is... There's just what? Like, no, just no. So I'm sitting there and I'm like, okay, you know, it's her cat. I gotta let her have the reaction that she wants. But I know, like, if this is my cat, if this is baby boy fucking Beans, I'm freaking the fuck out. I'm like, yo, you gotta go, because I gotta look for my cat. I gotta like start making wanted missing posters and shit, and like looking around in Facebook groups. She's like, oh yeah, let's just go to bed and this cat will probably show up in the morning. Not my cat, not my circus, not my monkeys, you know? So I was just like, fuck it. So I spend the night there. Lo and behold, we wake up the next morning. This cat is nowhere to be seen still. And I think at this point, she's like, okay, yeah, like, let's keep looking. Like, this is weird now. I was like, this is weird the night before, but whatever. And, you know, like 9 or 10 a.m. rolls around. I was just like, hey, I'm sorry I can't help you look for your cat more, but like, I gotta go home. I got shit I gotta do, you know? I gotta go home and get stuff done. And she was like, yeah, I totally get it. Like, go, you know, I'm gonna keep looking for my cat. So this is very important. And I'm wondering how I'm gonna explain this without, I might have to pull up like visuals on my computer and shit. So let me show you this TikTok, and this is gonna kind of reveal, this will like show what I'm talking about, because this is like actually something that happens quite a bit apparently.
Well, at the top, it doesn't go all the way to the wall. They put this little panel here, and it's open at the top.
Did you guys hear that?
This little wall, it doesn't go all the way to the wall. They put this little panel here, and it's open at the top. So guess who's in there? In the crack between the wall and the pantry. I can't get you out. He's stuck in there and I can't get him out. You did it.
Y'all see where this is going? So lo and behold, so sad, chat. So going back to the story, I'm like, hey, I gotta go. She's like, I'm gonna keep looking. I drive back. It's like a 20-minute drive to my apartment. By the time I pull into a parking spot by my apartment, I look at my texts, and she sent me a text that was like, I found Stink and I think she's dead. I was like, whoa, what the fuck? I immediately call her, FaceTime her, and she's crying, freaking out. I try to calm her down. Finally, she tells me, she's like, okay, So keep in mind, guys, the cabinets weren't flush to the wall right above the fridge. So right above the fridge was this thing, like this like slab of wood right here. This was right above the fridge. So apparently what happened was she was looking through her apartment again and she looked behind the fridge and there was no cat, but what she noticed was there were tufts of fur that had overnight fallen off the cat and gone behind the fridge. And so she climbed up on her counters on top of the fridge because for the 3 years that they lived there, they'd never needed to like look on the top, you know, like they never knew. But when they put these pieces of wood in, oh fuck, they don't put a piece of wood at the top. They apparently it is common practice not to. So, you know, she gets on top of this fridge, you know, looks down like the side, and lo and behold, there's her cat like stuck dead in between the wall and the cabinets. And like, they don't really do cause of deaths for cats or anything like that. So we don't exactly really know what happened. Allie asked, could she not meow? Allie, I think like the cat was dead by the time we left the room. So like, even if the cat could have meowed, like we weren't in the same room to hear this cat, you know? So like, that was like, I'm not trying to make it all about me or anything, because obviously like I felt so bad for this girl, and like, you know, I like stuck with it and like supported her the entire day, but like that also fucking ruined my day, because I was like, holy shit, this cat like didn't like me. In the 3 years they've lived in this apartment, has never done this. So like, why now? That was easily one of the worst things that's ever happened to me, like on a like I literally had to be like it kind of honestly, like, not that it would have gotten serious with this girl, like I'm always open to it, but I just felt almost like from day one the universe was telling us this is not gonna work. Just from that, like, it was, I literally called my sister about this to like tell her what happened, and she's like, dude, that, my sister's very like spiritual, and she was like, that is the universe telling you gotta fucking chill. And so we saw each other a couple more times, but we ended up ending things kind of on both ends. But after that, I was like, y'all, I gotta fucking take a break from dating. I think I didn't date for like 2 to 3 months. I deleted all the dating apps. I was like, this is the worst thing that could, like, if there's anything to tell me, like, hey bro, you gotta like not do shit like that. That was the saddest shit ever. I literally, after this, guys, I went around my entire apartment and made sure nothing like this existed so that this could ever happen to Beans. Sorry to dampen your guys' spirits. Like I said, that was just a crazy one-off thing that yeah.